Welcome, everybody. Hello. Nice to see you. Ah, there's Monica, too. Hello, Lauren. Hello, Estelle. Danielle, welcome. Lisa, Edison, hello. Andrea, hello. Let me know that you're there. Turn on your cameras if you can. Say hello, hello. Hi, Lauren. Thank you. Yeah, you can fire up the chat as well. So this today is a Pathways of Prosperity's info session, and we've got a couple people that are going to share their stories from being in Principles or Pathways of Prosperity in the past in POP. So if you've been in POP before, let us know in the chats. If you're brand new, let us know that as well. We've got our team on here to help answer questions as they come along, and I've actually prepared some slides. So I'm going to take up about 45 minutes of your time. I'm going to run through quickly. And if you stay on to the end too, we've got a bunch of bonuses and really great incentives that we have created for you, in addition to this really amazing program called POP that we are bringing back because you've asked for it. So let me know. Some of you are with New York Life, and we've got some people that are not, that have been invited, that we've had a few of you ask if you could invite your friends. So let us know where you're tuning in from and what you do, what company you're with. And I see Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for being here. I'm going to share my slides as you're doing that. The team, thank you, Jake, Donna, and Dana, for being here with everybody. And then those of you that are watching the recording, thank you for doing that as well. We'll send this out. And if you've got others that want to watch it, they simply just have to register through the Zoom link and they can get their hands on the recording right away. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so excited to bring this program back. Like this is it was so much fun, right? Like so much fun when we were doing it. The first time launched in 2019. And yay, Michelle. And like there was so much momentum created from this. And I know that we're in a totally new place here in 2026. So it's just going to bring so much goodness and amazing stories to your company. Oh, here we go. I'm going to share my slides. All right. You can see me and you can see the slides, right? Yeah, great. Amazing. This is just to help us stay on track. And we had so many testimonials come in as well that I wanted someplace for you to share them. Last time we did this session last week, we played a video with testimonials that we can make sure, Dana, let's make a note to make sure that that goes out in the email as well so that people can get their hands on that. Is there different testimonials that are in here? So this is all about pathways of prosperity. We call it POP for short. And I was just saying to Dana, we should like send out little bags of popcorn to all of you because it really felt like that when we were in this program in 2019, 2020, and 2021. It was like agents were popping and businesses were exploding their results. And it was literally like pop, 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 pop. And again, it was really something that we said throughout this work. So for those of you that don't know me, also put in the chat if this is your first time hearing me speak. My name is Danielle Amos. I'm going to share with you my story throughout the presentation. But if it is your first time, let me know because we've got more resources that you can listen to or get to know. But I'm going to go through quite a bit of my story here in this presentation. Yeah, say hello to all of you. It's so good to see so many familiar faces. So, what we hear from a lot of you is that you know that you are made for more. You know that if you're in New York Life, that you have this dream, this vision of being a counsel agent, and you've been working really hard, and perhaps you've hit a plateau, or maybe you're just brand new and there's a reason why you said yes to this amazing company, and you'd like to be doing better. And a lot of times we get our results because of the way we hustle. and we work really hard for those results. And then what happens is you'll hit a cap. And so this program is really introducing mindset, and we're going to teach you how to master your mindset so that you're working smarter, not harder. And that's a huge benefit of the program. So my name is Danielle Amos, and I am one of Bob Proctor's proteges. Bob Proctor was featured in the movie The Secret, and he carried around this book called Think and Grow Rich. And we're going to be talking about this today because this is really the basis of Pathways of Prosperity. And I was personally mentored by Bob for the last 5 to 6 years of his life. And he used to always say success is 95% mindset and only 5% strategy. And a lot of times we have that flipped around. We take action, 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 and work hard to get our results, but we don't think a lot about the impact of our mindset. And so we're going to flip that for you today. How does that sound? So this information is not from me. It is actually passed down through time. So Andrew Carnegie actually mentored Napoleon Hill to write the book Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill mentored Earl Nightingale. Earl Nightingale mentored Bob Proctor. And like I said, I was personally mentored by Bob. And so see this as like the secrets of the ages being passed down through time, and now this wisdom is coming to you through pop, through the pathways of prosperity. And I always say success leaves clues. There are 3 to 5% of the population, some people even say 1%, who are earning all the money in the world. What do they know? What do they understand that the masses don't? And this is what we're talking about, this book. I want to also say about Think and Grow Rich, like, it's created thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of millionaires, but why doesn't everyone that reads this turn into a millionaire? We're going to talk about this today, and I'm going to close that gap through POP, through Pathways of Prosperity. And the reason why reading this book doesn't guarantee you'll become a millionaire or quantum leap your business is because he doesn't show us how to apply the principles. And that's something that we do through POP. Hello, hello. Welcome everybody that's coming in. Thank you for being here. So today I'm going to give you an overview of the Pathways of Prosperity program. I'm going to take up the full like 45, 50 minutes and then leave some time for questions. We've got a couple people that are going to share their story who have been in the program in the past. So I'm going to show you through this work that it's possible for you to have anything that you desire. And here's some pictures of some things that I've created through this work. My daughter and I going to Kenya after sponsoring a village there, relationships, travel, speaking on stage, a dream team, anything that you want to be, do, and have, and I write give is possible for you, especially when you understand these principles that bring success. So I intend to make this, the next 45 minutes, the best use of your time by showing you how I personally applied these to my life. So when I was introduced to this book and these principles 10 years ago, I was earning $2,000 a month in a very similar industry to many of you in insurance. I was in network marketing, and I needed to prospect, and it felt really hard to prospect. I was getting a lot of no's. And so what I did was worked really hard, almost to burnout, and my results still didn't shift. It wasn't until I introduced this work that I actually tripled my income within 6 months. I went up to $7,800, which was my paycheck for that December. And it kept going up and up. So this is like over time, you're going to see some pictures of me evolving. That was 2015 when I first was introduced to this work. By 2017, I was part of Bob Proctor's inner circle. And by 2019, earning over $100,000 a month and then beyond. And I show other people how to do this exact same work. And so this may be the most valuable 45 minutes of your life, literally, because I'm going to teach you something that's actually possible for you. I'm not like, there's nothing special about me. I just really learned how to use my mind, how to apply the principles here in this book. So I'm going to share with you some stories. We've got Josh here, who is in also a similar industry to many of you. He's in real estate, and he went from being about 100, like maybe 100 in his company out of 300 agents, and he became top 10, and then he eventually bought his company. And so he bought the brokerage he was working in. We've got Samantha. Some of you might know Samantha. She's in Texas. I see Michelle going, yep. So Samantha was in Principles of in our POP program, Pathways of Prosperity, and she through this work doubled her income. So doubled her business within New York Life. She was already super successful, but she was doing it through hard work. So she then found time to attract her dream husband, named Austin, and she manifested her dream home and now is a mom and building a thriving business with New York Life while being a mom and having it all. A few other people that I'd like to bring to your attention. We've got Nick on the left. So Nick came to us and he was a university student. He actually used his food money to invest in our program, which is kind of like, oh my goodness, like that's a bold move to take your food budget to invest in mindset. But here's what he did. While in university, he created an e-commerce business that within its first year hit $1 million in revenue through this work and understanding. We've got Sitlali. Who knows Sitlali? She's a partner with New York Life, and she is also a mom. She's a great example in the company who someone who is has a thriving team and also has a thriving family. She's a mom of two and found so much value in this work. I've done talks for her team many times. And then we've got Michelle. I'm going to actually bring Michelle on because I took this quote from Michelle. She posted it in our Facebook group. Let's see if we can pin her or actually spotlight her. Let's spotlight her. There we go. Hi, Michelle.
Hello, hello.
Thanks for joining today.
Absolutely wonderful to see you and hear you again.
It's been a while.
Too long.
So, Michelle, you first joined Pop, but that would have been 2019. I think you were in like the first or second cohort, weren't you?
It had to be 2020. I didn't start until 2020. So 2020 or 2021.
Hey, amazing. And what did you find? Who was Michelle before introducing mindset to her business? And who is Michelle since
After.
then? Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess Michelle before was kind of, waking up on accident, kind of rolling with what I call the punches, right? Like, and really not understanding the how important the mindset was when it comes to especially entrepreneurial type of business. And so I was on a webinar just like I was brand new to New York Life, like just came in January 2020, not the best time. Starting the pandemic, really felt kind of lost, didn't really know what was going on. Was on another one of these webinars that New York Life was giving and thinking, oh, whatever. And when I first tuned in, I was like, oh, what is this? What is this lady? Who is this lady? Talking about mindset, stuff like that. But one thing Danielle said earlier, she is special. I'm going to have to disagree with you when I say you're not. She is special, and something about her energy really caught my attention. And so I listened just like you guys are right now and really resonated. It really resonated with me. And I'm really glad it did because it was the best investment that I had made in myself thus far, I think, in my life. It went from life happening to me to life happening for me. And that mindset shift has really changed everything. When I realized that I'm responsible and I'm in control of my thoughts and therefore my life, I could change anything I wanted to. And I was able to have more freedom because of it in my business and create the kind of business that I want with the kind of lifestyle that I want. And knowing that both could be true. I could golf 3 days a week and have a successful business. I could take care of my mother and have a successful business. These are things that I found to be true after having that mindset shift. um, yeah, that would be it. That's how I feel about my and great opportunities came along with that. I mean, I was that year. I think I was able to finally make executive. I made executive council. I was New Org Agent of the Year. Uh, all these things really came along with that, just that shift in mindset, and that happened at the same time my father passed away. And so things happened that I didn't prefer, and rather than letting myself wallow in that, I took the lessons from that, move forward, and the tools that you'll learn in this program are tools you will take into your entire life, not just your business.
Wow, I forgot about your father. Like what for most people that would take you out, right, of your business. And a lot of people around you would be like, "We understand, Michelle." And you were still able to hit executive council and
Yeah,
build.
it was June. It was early June. My father passed away, and the next day I got a $5,000 reversal.
Yeah.
Um, and even my manager, I think, even my partner was like, okay, like we get it if you need to. And I was just like, well, no, like that's not, that's not my goal. My dad wouldn't even want me to stop. So I don't know I still don't remember what case I finally got to make, but I made it.
Well, also, I remember that time and you didn't need to hustle because I remember you also took time for yourself, but you didn't stop in the vision, in like, in the mindset and thinking it's possible. So it's not
Right.
like you bypassed and didn't grieve your father. I remember that.
Yeah.
And it was like you had to really manage your mind going, can I still believe while I take time to honor my father's life? And it happened in June, executive council. And I got to meet you there.
And I
Remember
got to
that?
meet you. That was so much fun.
Yeah. Amazing. Oh my gosh. Isn't that inspiring, everybody? Like, wouldn't you, life's going to always happen, right? And it's not, you said, you attracted some things you don't prefer and you didn't prefer, and it didn't take you out at the same time. Amazing. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Hmm. And you said one really important thing that we get to bring this with us. Like it's not that you learn it once and it goes away. It's like you're going to learn this and know this for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I still study every morning. This is my book right here with my affirmations I'm doing. I still have my I'm at home office, but at my work office I still have Think and Grow Rich on my desk.
Of course you do.
Still, yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Estelle says, so sorry about your dad and those reversals. But here's the thing, you can hear from Michelle. She's grateful, I'm sure, for you to say sorry about her father. And she's like still in her power about it. You know,
100%. What a great, that's one of the accomplishments that I can look back on and say I can draw from that and say that I had that power was within me, and I'm attached to the source power. And because I understand about that now, I understand that my dad, you know, didn't go away. Energy is not destroyed and created or destroyed, and he can still be with me. I can still grieve losing the connection with him, but he can still be with me.
love it. Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
Your time. You're
Thanks.
amazing. So cool. We've got a few others that I'm seeing as you're popping in, and please say hello in the chat if you always also study pop with us and perhaps have a similar story or something that you'd like to share for those of you that haven't. Like Estelle, I know you have. Please, like, I'd love to hear from you in the chat, and I'm sure everyone else would love to hear that as well. So, welcome to share your wins there. So, like I said, stay tuned to the end. I'm going to burn through these slides and really give you some value and give lots of other stories so that you can see how this works, because I think this is really key. Because, like Michelle said, she came into a webinar just like this and was like, who is this lady talking about mindset? But here's the thing, I want to prove to you that it actually works. And Bob Proctor said something to me when I first heard him speak. He said, your way is not working. Why not try mine? Meaning, like, I was getting the results I was getting through hustle and I was burning out. And there's a way that you can work smarter that it's like easier, meaning like opportunities will get literally magnetized to you. So stay till the end, and I'm going to go through how you can stop being a victim to your bank account or your ledger. So if you get a reversal, like Michelle said, it doesn't take you out. You're not like totally upset about it and it stops you. We're going to also show you how to multiply your revenue and opportunities so that you're and working less and that you're earning money no matter the economy. Like how many of you that really see their results go up and down because the economy? We want that not to matter anymore. You don't want to be a victim to that. Some of you may know Serial. Serial is still in our community. She was on a call just like Michelle and said yes to pop. And after that, she became a President's Council agent. She's hit that a couple times and she's working less. She's actually traveling right now. For those of you that follow her on social media, she's in Italy. She's a top agent in New York at the New York Geo, the Manhattan Geo. This past year, she found out, and she is loving life and just like crushing it in her business, all because of this work. So before we begin, I want to just talk about four quick agreements that I'd like you to sit with through the presentation. So first is success is a system. There are 3% of the population that's earning all the money in the world, and they are following a system. It's 95% mindset and 5% strategy. And that system is outlined in this book, Think and Grow Rich, but we're not shown how to apply the system in the book. And so that's exactly what Pathways of Prosperity does. I'm going to show you how to apply the principles, and we're going to go through this work chapter by chapter, lesson by lesson, week by week. Results are a reflection of your mindset and applied knowledge. So knowledge isn't enough, it's the application. And that goes the same, like thinking's not enough. And so it's important that we're following POP. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited to bring this back is because you'll be given a workbook and a journal exactly how to think and how to apply these principles to your life. So who this workshop's for, we've got 3 avatars that we work with, and I've put, the team's put pictures of me, but I think I'm going to explain them so that you can see which one you are. So we've got a hardworking Hannah, and hardworking Hannah is like the old version of me. This is like I used to wear hard work like a badge of honor, like willing to do whatever it takes, make all the phone calls, really, really hustle. And then we've got Creative Kelsey, and Creative Kelsey is someone who has a ton of ideas that goes from one thing to the next and can really handle a lot, but she like doesn't really get anything done because she's all over the place. Then we've got Flowy Felicity or Flowy Fred, we call this avatar, and this person is less logical. She meditates, she's very much in dreamland. And through this work, we give her some structure so that she can be successful. So see who you resonate with in that. And it might be a few of those people or a couple of the women or avatars. So who this training is not for and who POP really isn't for. Someone who's not willing to take the time to apply this work because it does take something. You will need time to study, like Michelle said. If you prefer your excuses and reasons over results, so you're always blaming something outside of you. You're not willing to discipline your mind. You have a lousy attitude about what you're up to. You blame others for your results, and you're not willing to do what it takes to get the results you desire. It's important to also realize that you don't need to be an established agent or have like a long history, lots of experience or years as an entrepreneur. We heard Michelle just started her career and she joined this and then hit council. So let's take that off the table. Like you don't need that. You also don't need a big fancy team to create success. You don't need lots of money right now. In fact, your past results are no indication to where you're going. You don't need a big network to make this work. You don't need email funnels, like ads, any of it. In my business, I earned $1 million in revenue before I even had a website. So there's no have tos to create success in your life. You don't need the perfect strategy, and you don't even need yet the confidence in this. We're going to teach you how to apply that. So there's a system. This quote you'll hear me say often. There is a system by which the dreams in your heart can become the reality of your life. This universe operates by law, it's systematic. And that's what we're going to show you through Pathways of Prosperity. So, like I said, my name is Danielle Amos. A fun slide is a few things about me. I'm Bob Proctor's protege. I'm known as the Mystic Millionaire Mentor, Self Image Queen, because I love to speak to you about identity and who you're becoming. I'm a mom to my teenage daughter named Eloise, or I joke that she calls me bro, and instead of mom. And I am a queen that loves luxury, but I can also survive in the woods. Leave me with like a backpack and a tent, and you can leave me there for a week and I'd be fine. Here is my story. Now, you heard Michelle's story. Mine is not that, well, I was not in as good of a place as Michelle when she said yes to this. When I found this material, I was actually $100,000 in debt. Had just quit my six-figure corporate job to say yes to network marketing. On the outside, it looked like I had everything all together, the house, the marriage. I was living in Toronto, but inside I wasn't happy. I knew that I was made for more and I felt quite stuck, which is why I quit my job. Not something that I'd recommend because I did go into a lot of debt. But the good news is it had me really understand money because when I was introduced to this material, even though it didn't logically make sense for me to invest, I had to borrow 3 credit cards. I did it anyway because I heard Bob say this one line. He said, "Your way's not working. Why not try mine?" And I knew he was right. And I knew that there was a secret to success. There was a system, and there was something that I just didn't understand. And so I did. I said yes to this work. And within 6 months, I went from 100K in debt, $2,000 a month I was earning, to 7,800. So June 2015 is when I said yes. Oh, I want to go back to here. June 2015 is when I say yes to this and I invested. And I tripled my income like you saw earlier. And then in 2016, my life got a little lifey and I went and focused on my personal life and my marriage. And then in 2017, I opened up my books again and I said, okay, this is my year. I got a little distracted and I wrote on paper that I was going to become Bob Proctor's protege. By May of 2017, I was in his inner circle and I started earning over $100,000 a month. And I still didn't have the network of people who believed in me. So I often have my own earmuffs on my desk because I wear them often, even now, when people don't believe in where I'm going. And you might find that as well in your business that people don't get it, like why you said yes. Or when you start talking about this material, you don't need others to believe in you or to support you. And although we think we did, and it's nice, but you got to take responsibility for your own results. And so February 2017, I said it was my year. By May 2017, I was in Bob's inner circle and I turned my past yearly income into my monthly income and was earning over $100,000 a month. My breakthrough moment was that I learned that my results weren't random, is that there was an order to the universe. I learned also to take radical responsibility for my results. It's something that Michelle said she learned as well. And so that I could really start paying attention to the way that I was thinking, the way that I was feeling, the way that I was acting. And I learned that the system, like I said, of success, and that all I needed to do was really follow it and be coachable to it. So over the years, I've been blessed to do so many things, and I'm going to go through this really quick because this isn't about me. It's about you and where you're going next. And some of these things might resonate with you to hire your dream team, travel, invest in programs, create scholarships for others, donate to your local food bank, buy property. All of this is possible and more. Whatever is important to you, you can be, do, and have when you understand this material. So I've got a few, like I said, quite a few success stories that I wanted to share with you before I share with you more about Pathways of Prosperity. This is Francesca. Francesca is in Canada, but also in the financial business, not in insurance, but in a financial advisor. And she, after saying yes to this work, she increased her income by over $125,000 from the previous year. She's been featured in media as an expert. She became a author and a keynote speaker. And one of the things that money can't buy, relationship with her daughter has shifted. She's got a teenage daughter, she's got teenage kids, has shifted. So let's talk about pathways of prosperity and share with you what it is. But before I do that, I want to address the money that's currently in your bank account or that's currently on your ledger. Where you are right now, one thing that you want to understand is like if we take a snapshot of your bank or take a snapshot of your current results, your business ledger, it's actually old news. And that at any point it can change just like that. And so it's old news because of the laws, because of how we create success and success systems. And so your current results are a reflection of your past thinking, your past feelings, and your past actions. And this is why taking responsibility for your results are so important because we can show you how to literally think and grow rich, think and multiply your revenue by law. And so, given that you learn the system, you'll multiply your results, just like so many people within your company that have done it before. We literally have had thousands of people through the program. So, I want to ask you if you've ever invested in something where maybe you didn't have the money like I did, but it worked out. Because what I know is when there's a will, there's a way. And for me, I knew when I heard about this material, just like Michelle said, she said that this was the best investment she's possibly ever made in her life, in her whole entire life, in herself. When there's a will, there's a way. And what I know is if you know that something's missing and it's resonating, this mindset, you want to be shown the path way of prosperity. You want to be shown a map to success. And you make a decision. When you've made the decision, that flips you to a frequency of the goal achieved. And what we know for sure is the how you're going to succeed and get to your next level is not up to you, but what it is you want is. And you need two things to succeed in anything that you do. It's the desire and the willingness to do what it takes. So you've probably already tried a bunch of things, and I'd like to know in the chat, how many of you were like me and you thought hard work and hustling was the key to success? Yeah, I'm seeing a few hands. Anyone try to force an outcome? Like you keep working and like willing to force, and then you're so tired. You've got to, yeah, I see lots of Estelle, I see you. Yep, yep, yep. And what about going from strategy to strategy? Going from thing to thing, trying different things, watching other people to make things work and literally losing focus. Yeah, also common and they don't work and it can be frustrating. For me, I was so frustrated when I learned about this material. Yeah, competing instead of creating, competing with others. Yeah, I got that, Estelle. So this is Elizabeth. Elizabeth came into our community. She's a consultant. She's got a consulting firm, and she is one of the people who I taught how to create more than $100,000 in revenue in her business through this work. And she's actually just come back and hired us again to work with her entire team after doubling her revenue. So it just makes so much sense. So today I'm going to share 3 secrets so that you've got some wisdom to take with you before you say yes to Pathways of Prosperity. Give you a little taste. How does that sound? So 3 secrets that I picked out is first attitude. You're going to learn a lot about attitude in this program. Attitude is really your internal energy, the way that you are thinking plus feeling plus acting all together. And your attitude really does matter in this work. And so we've done experiments and we've actually done these within New York Life where we've had you making calls, like picking up the phone, and a group of you would pick up the phone and not pay attention to your attitude at all. And you would get like average results, maybe like 3 meetings booked for all to every 10 calls you make. And then I worked with a group where we really focused on your attitude. We raised your vibration, your frequency, and we had you expect yeses. And what was happening, we did this in the Manhattan GO where I gave everyone a little ritual to do before they picked up the phone, and they were booking calls like that. People were picking up their phone, and like for every 10 calls, like 8 meetings booked. And so it really, what this shows you is like you can hustle all day with a poor attitude and your results will still suck. You shift your internal dialogue, your attitude, your mindset, and all of a sudden the action that you were already taking in your business starts to work. And it feels like magic, but it's not. It really shows us that the main principle of this is that your inside world, your inside dialogue, how you speak to yourself, how you think about your business, how you think about prospecting matters more than the action that you're taking. Secret number 2 is that clarity is key. I always say to my clients, wishy-washy desire equals wishy-washy results. When you don't know what you want, when you're not clear on the council level, when you're not clear on the number, the amount in your bank account that you desire to have, your results will be up and down. And so, this focus, when you're able to focus and create a goal, you know exactly where you're going to, and then you can anchor into that goal. And we teach this, it's a huge part of this program. Secret number 3 is that you have the power to rewrite your story. I want to see you acting like your goal achieved self now. So if you have a goal to become president's counsel, chairman's counsel, executive counsel, whatever it is, your next level, I want you acting like that person now and anchoring in that. And this is was a huge part of Serial's success. She was executive counsel, and I asked her, what does it look like to be a president's counsel? She started dressing differently at the office. Her posture changed. The way she spoke changed. 3 secrets that will absolutely change your business right now. So let's review them a little further. So your attitude, this thinking, the people who are the most successful in your company and in the world, it's not what they're doing. It's how they're thinking that matters. And so a lot of times we want to copy what they're doing without understanding how they are thinking. And that's really what attitude is. The attitude is the energy behind the action that you're taking. And when you understand that successful people have a certain attitude, a certain mindset, then you can start to adopt that yourself. And we're going to show you exactly how to develop that attitude and actually keep you accountable to having that attitude while you're in that program. So no more focusing on what doesn't work. Instead, you're going to focus on possibility. No more focusing on problems that will take you out. Instead, you're going to focus on solution and potential. It's huge. And Michelle, you touched on this and it was amazing. So in your share, thank you for that. So how many of you would like to work smarter, not harder, because your attitude and energy are changed? Yeah. Yeah. So you can make the same number of calls and simply shift your inside world. And all of a sudden, 10 calls turns into 7, 8 meetings, rather than 10 calls turning into 1 or 2 meetings booked. Now, secret number two is clarity is key. What you focus on grows. Focus on what you don't want, and you're going to get more of that. If you're focused on reversals, you're going to get more reversals. If you're focused on how people say no to you, you're going to have more people say no to you. So, we're going to get you very clear on your business, the business that you desire, the outcomes that you desire, and have you very clear and to build a vision of who you are becoming through this incredible company and this incredible opportunity that you have called New York Life. So, how many of you would love to get clear on what you want, that next council level, really see it in your mind so that it's easy to attract the results at that level? Yeah, amazing. Thank you. Number three is rewriting your story. You have the privilege, you were given a gift by God to, to have mental faculties, a mind that literally can choose your own thoughts. And so you get to rewrite who you are. You get to rewrite your story. And so a lot of us have been showing up a certain way because of our programming. You're going to learn a lot about the paradigm through this work. And you're going to literally rewrite that so that you're no longer a victim to the way that you were raised, a victim to your past, and so that you can really act now like the person that you want to be, that counsel agent that you want to be. Yeah, and Michelle saying my quote, I wrote her and I became her. You have that power, and we'll give you the tools to do it. Who knows Evelyn? Yay! I see people clapping. Evelyn was in, she was one of the women. I think maybe she actually was one that started the pop, 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 because what happened was Evelyn, she was on a coaching call, on a live call. So in these workshops, you're going to have teachings from me live every week, but you're also going to have the opportunity to get your questions answered and get hot seat coaching. And Evelyn got hot seat coaching, and she was earning on average $5,000 a month. And she then earned 50,000 that month, and it went into $100,000 a month because of the challenge I gave her right on the call. So it happened in front of all the people that were in pop. She was really focused on a reversal, or someone had canceled a meeting, and she was all down, like really upset about it. And I was able to change her mindset in real time. And she picked up the phone and followed up with the woman who then said yes to a proposal to bring insurance into her whole company. It was a $50,000 checkout. Remember that? Oh my gosh, it was like so exciting for us. This is Evelyn. And to like, after all that, she hit her council goals, but she was pregnant while she was doing it, about to give birth. This is what's possible. Nothing will take you out. You can have it all. That's Evelyn's win. So, pathways of prosperity. There's a system by which the dreams in your heart become the reality, your reality. This universe operates by law. This is a picture of Lauren, and she's actually with Sit Loudly. She's winning, Lauren Crumbaker. And in this slide, she's winning an award with your company, New Org Life FYC Leader. I'm going to share her story a little bit later, because when she first got into this material, she was not even proactive. And then she won by that December. It was August when I met her. By December, she was winning awards. Or at the end of the year, she won awards. So just days after joining Millionaire Method, I signed a 200K contract in my business. It's from Catherine. So what are these three secrets? You got attitude first. Your energy matters. You can hustle all day and not get positive results if your attitude sucks. Number two, clarity is key. Most people are not clear what they want. Wishy-washy desire equals wishy-washy results. Secret number three, I'm going to show you how to rewrite your story and act now like the successful person you want to be. And the only thing left now is to apply these three keys, plus there's 14 powerful lessons, 14 chapters in this book. So there's three paths you can take. One is like do nothing, with this idea that mindset's going to absolutely change your life. and multiply your results and go back to doing things the way you were. Path number two is you can take the tidbits that I'm giving you and really the stories of other people who have applied mindset, and you can do it on your own. Pick up this book and do it. And what I find is like it can work for some of you. It might take a little bit longer as you're like throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. Or number three is to leverage my experience working with thousands of you so far and let me help you. Let us help you. So you can see which one I prefer. So if this was valuable, I'd love for you to tell you about POP. How does that sound? I'm going to tell you all about POP and what we're doing right now and your invitation to join us in this program. And we've opened the door so you don't even need to be with New York Life, who many of you are. You don't even need to be with them to say yes to the program. Isn't that so cool? New York Life's going to get their own workbook, so it's going to be designed for you. And then we've got one that we've built that is generic, and it's over 100 pages long. Like it's massive value. For those of you who've been in it, remember the workbook that you got? Like step by step shows you exactly how to apply these principles. Okay, we've got bonuses that I've made for you that are going to be on offer for the next 48 hours as well. So here's how POP works, Pathways of Prosperity. It's a proven step-by-step method to apply the success principles of your life, the success principles that Andrew Carnegie talked about, Henry Ford talked about. Many people who are successful way back when, even now, they're applying this whether they know it or not. You're going to get tools to master your mindset. You're going to get video teachings with me that are recorded every week live, plus a workbook so that you can replace all the guessing and be shown exactly what to do. There'll be no need for you to buy more strategies to hustle harder. You'll finally attract the results that you're looking for. I promised that I'd share Lauren's story. So in August, when she was in a seminar just like this, she was proactive. She was proactive, not yet proactive. So almost she was told that this was it. Like she thought she was not going to be able to go on with New York Life. And she was sitting in a seminar just like this. And she decided to join us. She made one phone call that changed her life. And this is part of the pop, 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 pop. One phone call she made to a gentleman who told her never to call him again. He was a friend of her father's, but his name came to mind, and she got this idea to give him a call and to ask him for a meeting. And she said, I know you've told me never to call you again, but I was just thinking about you. And he agreed to a meeting. That meeting was a $25,000 commission. And that January after, he opened his Rolodex and started giving her referrals because she took such great care of him. She got the following awards: New Org Agent of the Year, Rookie Agent of the Year, and most first year commissions in the new org. And that's her there with her 3 awards that she got at the end of year celebration with her GO. Isn't that amazing? In August, she thought she was no longer going to be able to do this. The difference was mindset. What you're going to receive is a community of like-minded leaders, literally popping like popcorn. You'll hear stories like Lauren, and then you're like, oh my gosh, if Lauren can, I can. You'll hear and witness people like Evelyn being coached, and then take that same coaching and apply it to your own life and business. You'll hear Michelle celebrating, Estelle celebrating, and this gives you hope and faith in your own business because you're surrounded by others who are also introducing mindset to their life. We got a proven system based on Think and Grow Rich, timeless wisdom that's been around for over 100 years now, even longer, gosh. Everything you need to quantum leap, broken down step by step, easy to apply with that interactive workbook. Accountability. So, accountability is your insurance against failure. We keep you accountable, and this is how we do it in POP. You've got weekly live lessons with me. You'll be put it with an accountability partner, so everyone's encouraged to have their own partner. You're going to be given daily structures on what to do every single day, how to study, and we break it down to make it really, really easy for you to understand, and it will fit into your life. Like, and once you start doing it, preferably in the morning, you'll notice how your days change. And you can't imagine living life without these rituals, without this material. And Michelle's saying like she still studies, and it's been like quite a few years since she first started studying this. Peer-to-peer support, this is huge. So your accountability partners, and we'll give you structure on what to do with your partner so you know how to keep each other accountable. You'll be able to brainstorm a mastermind with your peers on how to take your job or your business to your next level. You're going to use the community for feedback. So if you've got an idea of something that you'd like to implement in your business, you can get feedback from others and almost like test it out in the community. It's huge. So you're surrounding yourself with like-minded leaders who are committed to their growth. You're going to learn from others by asking questions and also watching others ask questions. You're going to have a safe space where you can talk openly about your goals and other people not thinking that you're crazy because you desire that next level. You're going to celebrate your wins in a space where you're not going to feel like you're too much or you're bragging. Instead, we want you to be specific and celebrate it. And then you're going to anchor that in and really normalize it. You're going to build faith and be inspired by others who are also winning. So inside POP, you're going to thrive along others who are also thriving. That accountability is leveraging the accountability systems. You're going to learn to keep yourself accountable so that you don't have to rely on mentorship always, always, always. You're going to learn to keep yourself accountable. And just like the gym, I love this. It's like if you know other people are expecting you, you're more likely to show up. So if you've got a trainer at the gym, you'll go because, well, you've paid that trainer and they're waiting for you. They notice when you're not there. Same thing. Your accountability partner obviously notices when you're not there, when we expect you to come to the live webinars. And so it will keep you more accountable because we'll know when you're not and remind you of the sessions. There's a Harvard study that shows that 3% of people will achieve success on their own. 97 achieve 92% of the goal with the help of mentorship and the circle of influence. So with accountability, like I said, accountability partner within the program, community, you have a success ambassador. Donna's on the call. She's offer you additional support, plus weekly live sessions with me. So you get this community, locking arms with other people, and your wins. This woman exceeded her weekly sales and it was only Wednesday. That's common. People attracting new business, $20,000 a day in revenue, $2,344 in 6 hours. What you get inside the pathways of prosperity. Millionaires in the making community or pop, 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 pop community. Accountability. Stay accountable to the program and your goal. A proven system, step-by-step roadmap to get you from where you are to where you want to go. Bob spent 60 years actually of research into the mind and success. So you're going to get that woven in to this program. Easy to follow pathway, no more guessing, no more trying to be successful. And then my teaching on how to apply it to your life. So accountability, community, and proven system. And that's not all. So here are the bonuses. Are you ready? Thank you, Michelle. Here are the bonuses. So our first fast action bonus, this is one of our programs that we get asked for quite a lot. It's how to manifest $10,000 in a weekend. So, for those of you that would like a quick insert of cash into your life and your business, we're going to give this program absolutely free. It's from the vault, value of $1,100. And you can do this as we're setting up you for pop. You could do it this coming weekend, for example, and see more money in the bank. When we filmed this program live, there were hundreds of people in it, and there were literally millions of dollars created. And so we tracked all that. It was a ton of fun. So you're going to get that as a bonus, and you're going to have that. So that's going to be yours to keep. So it was brought to you through a challenge, so you'll be able to do the challenge, and you'll be able to do it any weekend that you desire. Fast action bonus number two is a self-image journal and our audio trainings. This is one of my favorite programs because we take you through how to upgrade your self-image. And it's just like, it's very simple way to get results and very easy to understand. So the audios you're going to have in your ear and you can listen to them. They're about 2 to 3 minutes a day that raise your vibration. And I hear from clients that they keep them on their phone, and whenever they're feeling a little down, they'll press play and it will be exactly what they need to listen to. So this is the 33-day journal and my daily audio trainings. That's going to be yours to keep as well as a fast action bonus. And then we got a pay in full bonus. The first pay in full bonus is worth $2,000. And this is a goal session with me. You're going to come on live with me so that once you're in the program, so that I can review your goals and really hear where you're going and help you anchor into that spot. This is huge value and not something that we offer in the POP program like this. So this, you're going to join me on Zoom, and this is for every single person who joins and pays in full for POP. Bonus number two is my end of year reflection program. Also huge value. So over $1,300 in value. You'll be able to do this again as you were gearing up for POP and we launch it. It's the end of year reflection. And what that means is so that you don't bring in your past results into your next year, we're going to have you complete the past and go through and like close out your season, your last season of New York Life, like up until December. I'm going to teach you how to do that so that you can be super clear in 2026 as you complete your goals for June. So most people bring their past into their future and therefore they get the same results year after year. This is actually a non-negotiable ritual that we do across with our team, but also in our community. So the pay in full bonus number three, this is actually huge. And when I was announcing this, the team was like, "What are you doing?" We're actually going to give you access to our daily morning study clubs with those who are studying the Millionaire Method. You're going to come in and study with us. And this is a pay in full bonus. You're going to be able to join us on a daily basis studying this material. And again, I'm going to show you exactly what to do, but it's a huge benefit and a privilege, and usually one that we bring in for those who are in our year-long program only. We're going to open it up as a bonus. So that's over $3,000 worth of bonus right there. So based on everything that you've seen so far, you're probably wondering how much is POP? Give us the details. Well, let's take a look. So you've got the Pathways of Prosperity live training. When I've done it for organizations outside of yours, the price of this program is $5,000. The client portal, and then all the accountability tools and goals that you're going to get access to. So it's actually over $10,000 worth of value. And the program itself is $1,997 when paid in full. There's a pay in full QR code, and Dana put the link into the chat for you. When you pay in full and you do the fast action bonuses, you're going to get all that value plus the $8,000 worth of value as your bonuses. Okay, so you're going to pay $19.97 today if you do the pay in full, or we've set this up for you, and this is something we've not done before, as low as $433 a month to get started. This is the payment part, a plan QR code, or you can use the link in the chat. This is through a third party agent. And when you go through and you'll see the option, you can pick either a 3 or 6 month payment plan. And the 6 month brings it down to $433. And you'll need to go through and click and you'll see that option. Okay. Incredible. They believe in this program so much that they wanted to be able to offer a payment plan. And we've partnered with this company called WAP to be able to do that with you, which is really amazing. So let's take a look at what's in. Oh, it's one. I'll go through this very quickly and then I'll stay on for a few more minutes to answer questions. What you get. So Pathways of Prosperity Community, accountability, proven system with live weekly classes and workbook, Manifest 10K in a weekend, your self-image journal, and daily audios. The pay in full, you're going to save 25%. You'll have your goal setting session with me live on Zoom. You're going to get end of year reflection plus your access to our daily morning study clubs. Again, both links are there. If anyone has any questions, you can drop them in the chat. So I'm going to just go through these quickly. We often get a few questions, so I wanted to address them. That perhaps you've invested in programs before and not completed them. This is why accountability is really, really key. Your wins are my wins. You see, we shared Michelle's story. Estelle shared her wins in the chat. We had Evelyn's story come in, Lauren's, Lally. We know that this program works when you work the program. And so we have put accountability structures into place so that you actually do the work and you show up for the calls. And we're going to ask, they're always Thursdays at noon, they're always recorded. We pay attention to who's there and who's not, and we're going to remind you of the work. You've maybe read the book and not much has changed. Why? This is one of the things we hear all the time. Well, you've read it, so you probably understand it on an intellectual level, but you haven't been shown how to apply it. And we want to be constantly course correcting because your results always tell the truth. And so this is why the lessons that I teach you are so important and will make such a difference. Number 3, I'm nervous and excited about this investment. You might be like Michelle and brand new and maybe not invested in yourself before. And so you're nervous about what that actually means. I get it. It's a really great energy to be in because it means that you're taking it seriously. And we'll show you exactly how to anchor into the possibility rather than like, what if it doesn't work? We're going to show you how to go, what if it does? What if you do multiply your business and you get an amazing return on investment? And this, like Michelle said, this was the best investment she's ever made in her entire life. That's a huge statement to make because she continues to collect on that investment year after year in her business. And you can too. So here we go. We're going to just put this slide up again for a moment. And Dana, we got that in the chat. So let's open up to see if there's any questions. If anyone has any questions, you can do this. You can, or wants to share about their experience in the program. Let me know and you can come off mute. Monica, hello. You shared last time. I didn't see you come on. How are you, beautiful? Come on, come on.
I'm good. I'm good. Sorry. I'm at the office.
Hi.
I have a quick question. How many weeks is it? Is it 10 weeks?
It is 10 weeks.
Okay.
We will get started on the 29th with our launch. And then our first actual lesson is the 6th of March, I believe, Thursdays at noon.
Okay. And then so this Thursday it starts and then we launch on the
Yeah, so
6th.
this Thursday is the like kickoff.
Okay.
And then the first actual lesson is the following Thursday.
And then are we going to still use the same access to portal from Procter Gallagher or no?
No, you're going to get a portal from me. This is through
You.
the portal. Yeah.
Okay. And then if we bought it before, like, is there a discount or no? It's just we're paying for the coaching.
Yeah, you're paying for the coaching and the live sessions. You got it.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Thanks for those questions. Okay. Anyone else? It's morning study club access for how long? We got 1 week for the bonus there. And then we've got, we're going to give you structures that you can take on. So once you know what to do in that, you'll have the ability to keep going with your accountability partner. Great questions. Anyone else? Amazing. Is everyone on right now part of New York Life or anyone not part? I see Louise is not. Anyone else? Such a clever structure. And Louise, it works so incredibly well. Um, by giving people structure, they're able to apply in such a it makes it a no-brainer on how to make everything work. So the structure is really, really key and something that we've learned after quite a few years of doing this. Marissa, hello, great to see you again. I'm forever grateful for making the decision to work with you when I did. I used the tools I learned daily and continue on working, fully applying what I've learned. Last October, I did the best month I ever had in my career. 25,000 FYC from just one case. Marissa, that's amazing. And what I love that with that share is like again, it's shares what Michelle said, you make this investment and you'll continue to get a return on that investment. And so then you might be asking, well, why would Monica come and do this again? And a lot of why people have asked us to bring it back has been the community and that ability to join me live every single week for reminding and coaching because you're at a new level. So Monica, who joined, 5 years ago, she's at a different place than where she was 5 years ago. And so although the material will sound similar because it is the same, but it will land for her differently because she's a different person. And so she's going to get different ahas from it that she's ready to hear right now. And so people will return for the community, for the coaching. And I'm different. So I'm not going to teach it the same that I did like in 2020, right? It will be the foundation, the base, but it's going to be very different. Having community of like-minded individuals is a game changer. Well, you're surrounding yourself now with people who are talking like this, right? And before this, for many of us, we weren't talking like this. We were focused on what wasn't working or working harder. And so we have that ability to become like the people we hang around. And when the people are winning, that's very good. Any other questions or comments? I want to thank you so much for being here and joining us. Thanks for returning. Estelle, hello.
Hi, I was just trying to sign on and or sign up rather.
Yeah,
And so there's a program. Let me jump back over and see. It's Afterpay, and it looks like it gives you a better option plan, like so many months at $84. So for
cool.
some of us that are going through whatever we're going through, right? That's why we're here.
Yeah,
We want to jumpstart our business again. Like I've always been very successful with you and in Pop and TIR. So, but I've been 6 months that's just been like, oh my gosh, like
yeah.
this is all godsend. You're like gold dust coming from heaven for me right
I
now.
love you.
No, I love
So
you.
Afterpay would be a third party. It's not, it's like, when it's kind of like Sizzle, I think it is.
Yeah.
So it would be through a different thing. And you're welcome, if they pop up for you and as an option, you're welcome to go and use that. That's very
It's
cool.
our, like a little, we as of yesterday, our bank accounts are at not where they're going to be or where they are after we make our calls to
Yeah.
them.
So
Close it out.
that's great. It may not, I will just like put a disclaimer, it may not pop up as an option for everybody.
Mhm. I'm
It
in New
might
Orleans in
be
the United States, so it's going to pop up if you're in the United States.
okay, there you go. Yeah. That's amazing.
I
How cool is
know.
that?
Better than
I
four
mean,
hundred and
it's just
thirty-three dollars a month or paying the whole 1997, right?
yeah. I mean, I just love that there's lots of options.
Now, another thing is what I do sometimes, I borrow against my cash value in our whole life policies. So,
And
ladies, if you bought policies when you first started, you've got cash in there. So you don't have to use a high interest credit card. Go borrow against yourself and get your whole life.
love that, Estelle. And back in the day, we were able to do ledger deduction as well. We're not able to do that because of where we are at. So I love the creative ideas, Estelle. And I mean, Afterpay is one, and that's one of the reasons why we partnered with WAP so that we could do it just like we were doing with ledger deduction way back when. So
13%
lot,
interest, guys. It's so cheap.
yes. Here's the thing, when there's a will, there's a way. And what I like to look at, this is a, $2,000 investment if you pay in full, or if you do something like Afterpay, it's going to be a better thing for you. Or if you go through WAP, it's still, I think the total is like 2,500. So when you look at that, what are you turning that investment into? 2,500 into $25,000, Checo, it's like a no-brainer. And that's the kind of pop, pop, pop that we're talking about. Denise shared a win that I'm seeing here. As a graduate of Danielle's programs, I've successfully reached multiple milestones. Her community and structure is key to success. I'm reaching PC for the first time and know this particular program will help me fast track. I'm so proud of you, Denise. Welcome back as well, by the way. So good to see you. Okay, amazing. Yeah, and that ROI is huge, like Louise says. And it's so important that you see that. And that's one of the first steps in our kickoff on Thursday. I'll actually have you anchor into what that return on investment will be for you because you decide. So let's say I'm investing $2,500. That return on investment, I'm turning into 25,000. And that's a decision. And when you make the decision, the how's not going to be up to you, but the results will. And you'll see over time that the business comes in to follow, the opportunities come in to follow. Amazing. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank our team for being here. Enjoy your Monday. I look forward to kicking it off with you on Thursday. If you have any questions, you can also email us. Dana, maybe put the info email on in the chat. Just make sure you save the two links, and we'll be sending out the recording very shortly. So if there's others that would be interested in this, we'd love for them to watch the recording as well and have them join us. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Can't wait to see it council again one day.
Yeah, I love it. Let's do it.
I want my rose again.
Thank you. That was a great time. Thank you,
Love
everybody.
you. Love you.
Bye.